there was a very large group of people right after 9/11 that were actually begging the Bush administration not to overreact to the terrorist attack. One of those people, frankly, was a Wall Street luminary that's now been demonized by the right. It was George Soros. He wrote a op-ed. He said, listen, it's a horrible tragedy. Don't overreact. You'll play into bin Laden's hands. And bin Laden wrote about this on the dark web. He said he would hit us on our homeland. We would respond aggressively. We would bomb their mud huts. We would kill a lot of people, but we would bleed out our treasury. They would kill our military over there. And then we would go after our own civil liberties. And when I think about this case and the forever war, not to overuse a baseball analogy, I feel like it's 6-0 bin Laden. Yeah, bin Laden's been replaced. He's dead and gone. There's a relief pitcher in now, but he got a lot right. We blew a hole in our treasury. We went from George Washington to George W. Bush, 7 trillion, Jake. We added 31 trillion, Barack Obama, Donald Trump, Biden, Trump. And so I'm just wondering if the forever war, if we're 50 years after the forever war, sometime 50 years from now, 2076, are they saying, wow, they hurt themselves so badly, then they tribalized, they couldn't pull it back together? What say to you to all of that in the context of the forever war, Jake?
It is a depressing and bleak thought that bin Laden could have been correct in his prediction of an overreaction. And it reminds me of two things. It reminds me of President Biden going to Israel and telling Israel not to
don't make the mistake that we made.
Don't act out of anger. I don't think Netanyahu was listening. It also reminds of this very profound movie in retrospect called The Siege. It came out in 1998. That's what's the most amazing thing about The Siege. It's about Islamic terrorism happening in Brooklyn. And then it's about basically declaring martial law in Brooklyn because of the big Muslim population there. And the argument is, it's a bad idea. Bruce Willis plays the general who is telling them, do not declare martial law and send us in there. You don't want us to do it. And then there's another scene where Denzel Washington is saying, what if what they want us to do is to declare martial law and get rid of our civil liberties? What if what they want us to do is round up kids? And the fact that this came out in 1998 is what makes it so profound. The fact that it predicted the overreaction, I think it's fair to say.